everybody. I'm Vicki Eyeball, the host of Teach Me Tuesdays, and I am so excited because I have one of my mentors teaching us today, Tasha Chen, and it's going to be an amazing journey through all of this because she has so much cool stuff to share with us. And I just want to share a little bit about Tasha before we get started. So Tasha is a Master of Science of Getting Rich coach who assists high-achieving entrepreneurs and their teams to double and even triple their profits by leveraging intention, gratitude, and fun. And if you've ever been around Tasha, it's always about the fun mixed in. Tasha's techniques have led her clients to create $33 million. And Tasha, you got to increase the number because I haven't given you my new number yet.
Wow. All right.
And counting in revenue. Not one penny of that has come from hard work. Tasha is the queen of easy and relaxed and teaches all of her clients how to do it in an easy and relaxed way.
Hi, everyone. Good afternoon, and welcome to Teach Me Tuesday. I want to thank Vicki for having me on to share a little bit about this powerful law of manifesting. And I like to say, if we're going to use a law to create anything, let's understand how to use it to create money, success, and fulfillment. And that's what we're going to be, teaching and talking about today. So a little bit about me, just by way of introduction. My name is Tasha Chen, and I'm a Master Science of Getting Rich coach. And as fancy as that may sound, let me just bring it down in layman's terms to you. I'm going to share in depth a little bit more about me. But for now, I want you to know that what I'm about to share with you, I've not only learned and mastered in my own life, but I've created a business that shows people how to use these laws to, in essence, get anything they pretty much want to achieve in life, including money, success, and fulfillment. But a law is a law. So it's like whether, the law of gravity works, whether you throw an apple up, a pencil, or a pair of shoes, right? It doesn't really matter. Understanding the law is what counts so that you can apply it to anything in life. And I'd say I've been able to do that successfully in the last 5 years. And I'm going to share a little bit more about that success with you. But before we kind of dig into this manifesting thing and all the promise of it, I want to share with you some of the things that our clients coming into our community have shared with us that they feel really stressed about when it comes to success and feeling fulfilled. And if you look at some of these examples, the number one bottom line is money, income, feeling like I just wish I could have an income that I could count on. I'm constantly feeling like I'm struggling to manifest abundance and financial wealth. And I want more than anything else to feel like I'm in control of my finances. Plagued with stress and financial problems. This other client said, I'm in an overall slump and trying to pull myself out. I'm underemployed, depressed, striving to stay spiritually connected, and worried that my relationships are going to suffer because of all of it. And I think this one just summarizes it all in a nutshell. Improvement in my finances. The bottom line is people really understand that, no matter how we want to look at money, at the end of the day, being able to have more financial abundance allows us to enjoy life and have a quality of life that creates a connection to all the other wonderful things that we want to experience. So saying, a statement like, if I could get my finances improved, it would be the most needed tool for me to achieve my goals in the next 5 years. When I read these statements and we get these input as people are coming into our family and we're asking, what can we help you with? What are you struggling with? I feel this pain. It looks like this. This is what it represents for me. Look at this cute little guy just stuck between the bars of life. Like I want to get out so badly. I want to change my financial reality. I want to change the way I feel about life and its fulfillment. I want to feel like I can be successful. But truthfully, honestly, right now, I just feel stuck. I also know there's a way out, but I don't know what it is, or I don't know how to apply it. And for me, being in the position that I'm in, where I can understand and relate to this. This was me. This was me several years ago in this exact position, looking like this little puppy, stuck and challenged by life, right? Feeling all the burdens of no financial success, wondering where I'm going to create this business and the money is going to come from, looking at my relationships that are suffering because I can't figure out the rest of my life, and on and on. And what happens to me now that I've gotten past that, I've learned the laws, I've learned how to apply it. The thing that challenges me the most today is watching entrepreneurs, people in general, but especially entrepreneurs, because an entrepreneur takes the risk to go create something and to make a living doing it. And so I have a soft spot in my heart for entrepreneurs. I'm one, right? So entrepreneurs, when I watch them struggle and suffer needlessly, simply because they don't know how to tap into this immense power they have within to create pretty much anything that they want, that pains me. It truly does. Because I'm sure you would agree, if you knew how to bring someone the goose that laid the golden egg, and you were watching them suffer, and you already had your own goose and your own golden egg, the thing you would want to do the most is give it to them, right? So that's kind of my mission in life at this point, is having figured it out, I want to take every single person who wants to go, I want to take you to the all-you-can-eat buffet in life. I want to get you into the expansive state of understanding how to apply the laws of manifesting so that you are creating everything you want, not just in your business, but in your life too. And it brings to question, one of the things I've been talking about a lot as I've been going around and speaking is this profound quote by Tony Robbins. He says, the quality of your life depends on the quality of the questions you are willing to ask yourself. So I invite people, especially, at this time, really, you're on a webinar like this, you want to learn how to change and transform your life, right? The first part is bringing awareness to, are you living the life of your dreams? Are you living the life of your dreams? And just be honest with yourself about that, because in that honesty is some information and the opportunity to change the parts of your life that aren't there yet, that might not be working. And then I want you to go into an expansive state of imagining, what would you start doing and what would you stop doing if you were financially free? If we could take out the feelings of struggle and strive and overwhelm, and you just knew that money was flowing in abundance, you were successful, you had taken your business to the top of whatever your success margins are, you had done it, everything that you wanted had materialized, what would you stop doing and what would you begin doing in that state of being? I want you to start to imagine that, because that's where I'm going to take you today. I'm going to show you how to get there and how to stay there, right? And then another favorite Tony Robbins quote of mine is, a breakthrough is a moment in time when the impossible becomes possible. And what that means for me is, a breakthrough occurs when you receive the information that can change your circumstances and you use it. And you use it. And what happens was, we had all these people coming into our community sharing with us all these overwhelming feelings that they were having. And the reason they were attracted to us was that they believed we could show them how to experience a breakthrough. And we could. The next little piece is that once you receive the information, you use it, right? So I want to show you what happens when you use it. Here are some of our client testimonials that we have all over our website, and I just grabbed a couple to share with you. Here is one lady saying, working with us helps her to put things into perspective. It always leaves her feeling confident and like she can achieve everything she wants in life. Always being reminded that she can create her dream life. I love that, because to me, having the power, being empowered to know what's required to create anything you want in life, that is true power. You're no longer dependent on circumstances, people, the ideal this or that. It is all within you, and knowing how to use it, to me, is where power really lies. Then we have another one here, Beverly, who says, doing this work, understanding about the law of manifestation and being guided to put it into practice and doing the work, here's what happened. My eyes were open to joy. Inner wealth. That is powerful. Tangible riches came too, and she did some soul searching, like that question I asked you. Are you truly living the life of your dreams? She got the money, which she was happy about, but if you read this testimonial, what I love about it is so much more. It's that feeling of being fulfilled that we're talking about, using this law to create. And then, of course, there's, one of our favorite stories. In our 30-day program, Tamra manifested a $5.2 million contract. And even though that's a part of our $33 million and counting, we only counted the 5.2 that she manifested within the 30 days. That contract was actually 5.2 for 6 years, each year growing 20% and on, right? So it wasn't even just that. And these are just examples of the incredible things that can happen. Also, one of the things as entrepreneurs is that what would your business be like? What would the results of your business be like if you were able to stop thinking negative thoughts about your business? Here's one of our testimonials that talks about that. Another one is Natalia, who she set the intention for 12,000, and she was like, I'm only at day 15 or day 12, and I knocked that out of the park. I'm already setting the next month intention to 15,000. I believe that I know how to eat from the all-you-can-eat buffet of life, because I understand the law of manifestation, and I want to use today's webinar to teach you how to use it too, just like all these other people. And then I love this. It's like, that is just so good. That just sounds so sweet. Give me a piece of that apple pie, right? He's so cute, isn't he? So here we go. What is manifesting? And this is my own definition, because I like layman's terms, I mean, every law has its own like super intense, very complicated definition. I like to simplify. So when I put this in my terms, here's my understanding of manifesting. It's the law of getting things to happen for you. It's using your God-given power to get what you want in life. To me, when I strip everything away, that's what manifesting is all about. How can I learn how to get what I want from life? How can I figure out how to use this law so that things happen for me versus me efforting to create? And I believe that, as we look at where we are as a race, as humanity right now, and the way we're ascending in our consciousness, this is the creme de la creme. It's understanding that there is a law operating far superior to our ability to completely comprehend it. But we do know for certain that it is in existence, and we can tap into it and get it to work for us. It's simply understanding how. How do you do that? And in order to understand, I like to say there's 3 things you must know about manifesting. There are some principles. It's, the principles. If there's a law, it's understanding, okay, what are the principles of that law? What are the principles of manifesting, and what do I need to understand about how it works? So there's a law of gravity. What do I, we understand the law of gravity. And then the next level is, now how do I use it to my advantage? How do I use, now that I understand how this manifesting thing works, I understand the principle of it, how do I use it to manifest anything? And I also included something I want everyone to know. What stops you from manifesting? The number one thing that really blocks you from receiving what you've created. Because if it's a law, it's in operation all the time. But it would be like, I know the law of gravity works. I'm going to throw this apple up, but there's something that I'm doing that's not causing it to come back down to me. Like I'm messing up the law. And I think it's equally important to know how you do that so that you can really truly experience the benefits of applying the law, knowing what it is and applying it, and then not getting in the way of it working. And here's the thing. Once you apply this law and you know how it works, it's an end to financial struggle. It's an end, hear that really well and own it. Understanding the law of manifesting is like opening your own bank. It's literally access to ending financial struggles. It's giving you the ability to achieve the level of success that you know you're capable of, because you now have the superpower law working for you, bringing the opportunities to you so that you can achieve the level of success that you desire. Many of you have heard my story about writing out the level of success I wanted to achieve in 5 years. And I'm now living that because I've been applying this law and studying it in depth and teaching it and understanding and watching people use it and fine-tuning. And so I feel like if you're on this webinar today because you're interested in learning how to manifest, there truly is not a better person that can teach you not just the law. Like a lot of people talk about the law of attraction and it sounds so beautiful and promising. There's just not enough people talking about, but how do you apply it so that it works in all circumstances? So once you understand the law and you understand how to apply it, you can achieve the level of success that you already know you're capable of. The other part is, I believe when it comes to being fulfilled, I want to feel, I may not feel this every single day, let's be real, but as much as I possibly can, feeling fulfilled for me is knowing that ever so often, I truly have moments where I just feel like I am on top of the world. And who doesn't want that? I like to say there isn't, too much awesome isn't ever overrated, right? We all want to feel like we are on top of the world when it comes to what we're creating in life. Which means my promise to you is I'm going to show you how to get that feeling. I'm going to show you how this law works, how to apply it, how to get to the place where you're feeling on top of the world. And then I'm asking you to make a promise to me that you're going to apply it in your life, not tomorrow, not next week, but right now before we get off this webinar. You're going to put in place some of the things that I'm sharing so that you start to reap the advantages of this law. So you're probably wondering at this point, we've been talking for a little while, well, Tasha, you sound like a really nice person, but where do you get your ability, like, where do you come from to be talking to me about how to create anything I want in life and how to manifest things? Let me take a quick run through of my personal story. I came to the US in 1996. I'll never forget, it was a January cold morning. My little Jamaican self got off the plane and I was immediately shocked by the temperature because I thought I was moving to another tropical location just like Jamaica. So it was freezing. And the thing that's important about that, it made me remember that day and the stark reality of the fact that I was in this new country, everything was different, but the one thing that was driving me and truly keeping me warm was this burning desire to succeed. That was my one goal. I came at that time, my first entry was going to be to go to school and finish my degree and my master's, but I knew that wherever life was going to take me in this country, I had one goal in mind, and that was to succeed. While I was here, I met an amazing guy. We were both doing our masters. We got married. I took care of that little situation real fast. And before I could figure out what had happened, along came a baby. And we kind of sat and looked at each other and asked, okay, what do we want from life? You know, like I asked you earlier, we really had that conversation. What does our dream life look like? And for us, we were very clear. We both had jobs and we had this little baby, and we knew the freedom lifestyle that we wanted, the path was going to be entrepreneurship. That's the way that we were going to create our own success, because I knew even back then a top value for me was freedom. So I could succeed. I did. I climbed the corporate ladder very quickly and achieved all kinds of levels of success. But I knew I wanted success and freedom. And in a corporate environment, I wasn't going to be able to get that. So we both agreed we're going to go down this entrepreneurship road, and off we went. We chose a franchise business model because to us it seemed pretty gridlocked. You know, they were going to tell us everything we needed to do, we were going to do it, equals yay, success. Right? So we felt like, wow, we had bought into certain success in a business model. We were so excited. We moved our family, we came to this new area, we opened our business, and we just hit the ground running. And the thing that I want you to remember is there's this joke about Jamaicans working hard, right? And it is so true. It is really true. It's in our DNA. But I want you to marry the Jamaican in me to a Jamaican Chinese dude, and together we were like worker bees on steroids. We decided we bought this franchise business and it's pretty much guaranteed success, but if we work even harder than all the franchisees combined, we're going to be guaranteed even more success, right? And off we went doing that. I'm telling you, I've never seen so much money in my life. I had gone from this corporate job where I got a little paycheck every 2 weeks to now here I was killing it. I was doing things, I'm telling you, in that business that the momentum was just flying. You know, money was just coming in the door, and we were like, man, we hit the lottery. We're so fortunate we did it. You know, we have done it. And here we were, Franchisees of the Year, the top award, nominated and given within 4 years of opening our business. I want to put that in context for you. The people that won, that had been winning that award all these years, we've been franchisees, they had been in the system for over 20 years. They had up to 80 to 120 franchise stores. We only had 4. We were the new kids on the block, and to win this award was truly, for me, a defining moment where I looked at it and I said, wow, I have achieved all the levels of success that I set out to experience in this business model. And then I was riding home from that convention, sitting in the car with this incredible, you know, one of those heavy crystals. I think if you can see the screen, you can see it in the background. That thing weighed like 20 pounds. And it sat on my lap in the cab because I couldn't even put it in my luggage. And I looked at this and thought to myself, I feel like the absolute opposite of everything that represents success looking at this. The truth is, I feel like a failure. I feel like I have failed at everything that's important to me in life. And here is why. This was the way I felt about life. I was out there killing it, making money, opening stores, winning awards, being in the newspaper, everything that I wrote down happened. It was all happening, and success was coming fast. But that's the price I was paying. That's the way life felt to me. Like I was literally getting it all, but being crushed. And so that fraud feeling inside weighed on me so powerfully. Here I am during that period, stressed and overworked. I had to get a Holter monitor, I think that's what it's called, because I was in and out of the hospital, like, it was like a revolving door every week, every 2 weeks for stress related things. And yet here I am still on the phone trying to work. I had a new baby. We both looked confused. None of us really know each other. You know, this was one of the heartbreaking periods of my life, because I had gone into business so that I could create this amazing life for my children. The funny thing about this picture is this is our vacation home in Sebastian, Florida. And nothing about this weekend was relaxed or vacation-like, because it was constant stress from this business. This beautiful little girl, the reason I did all of this to begin with was so that I could give her time with mommy. And mommy was gone. That was their reality. They were putting themselves to bed every night. Nothing about this was success for me. And what I realized was I needed to redefine it. My life started spiraling downward and out of control really fast. Those of you that can remember, it was the year when the real estate market went crazy, and everyone, I believe, got a memo that said, leave Florida, foreclose your home, short sale your home, just leave, run away. Well, our bills started piling up. Things were getting out of control. It was feeling extremely overwhelming. Extremely overwhelming. And this overnight success story that I was telling you about, we were now filing for bankruptcy. Here we were. From October, I won the award. And just a few months later, my husband and I are sitting at the kitchen table, filling out paperwork to file for bankruptcy. And just when I think it absolutely cannot get any worse, my husband asks me for a divorce. And this is when you go, am I really living the life of my dreams? The thing about this period that I'll never forget is I always had this knowing that there was this lot, there was more. And now that I was my back against the wall, everything stripped from me, I was committed to figuring out how to learn it. Tony Robbins says, what is having it all? I looked at my life and I said, I have nothing. Nothing that I thought was a success is any longer me having it all. I have to redefine that. And I was blessed to meet this incredible couple. This is actually the home that I went to one night shortly after this period of my life. And I met this couple. I remember walking, and this is an actual picture of their view in their living room. And I've never seen wealth like this in my life. This is, they actually have, I can't remember how many square feet, but it's huge and expensive, and it just says rich. Well, it doesn't say rich, it says wealthy. But here's the other thing about them. They were having fun. They were happy. Their life was easy. They were in love. And I looked at them and I thought to myself, this is everything I was trying to create. How do I do it? And the husband said to me, everything you see here, Tasha, is because of this book. And he gave me the book. The book changed my life. I studied it to the end of the earth. I studied every comma, every period, every exclamation. I know it like the back of my hand, and it changed my life. I started to practice the principles that were in the book. I started showing up in life differently. I redefined success. And here I was, from never being there for my kids to being at all of my daughter's games. My little guy, I love, this is one of my favorite notes he wrote to me. He says, I love you very much, and I would spend all my hours with you and give you presents. And that to me was such a transformation. I was beginning to see, what does success really look like? And what does having it all really look like? I manifested an amazing, not only BFF, but we're business partners. That's something that was really important to me. You know, I wanted to create a business where I had a partner that was in alignment, that was supportive, that we were kind of on the same journey of using these laws to create a business. We've had tons of fun, traveled all over the world. Here's one of our, our work days where we planned, what are we going to experience this year? And as you can see, we have what's Tasha and Diane going to have, and what are we going to have in our business. And this is our plan for the year. This is the way we create. We've created a business that we love. Truly, I have used the principles of manifesting to create a life that is absolutely incredible. We have friends through this business. I say to everyone, I'm a genius. I created a business where I get to manifest and attract friends who think alike, who are heart-centered, who are on the same path as us. And it's not just business, it's a family, a community, and friendship. I use the law of manifesting. I got the money. I got a cute little picture in there. I got my Audi. I really, above all that though, I got happiness. And happiness for me is fulfillment. Am I happy every single second of every single day? No, I'm not. But what I am is empowered to create happiness at any time. And when I'm not happy, I now know how to create it. And that to me is powerful. I got the lifestyle that I really want, that I really wanted, now that I've redefined success for myself. And the bottom line to all this is, now that you know and you've seen how I transformed my life, I want you to know you can too, if you just understand how these laws work and how to apply them. So let's dive deep and steadily into the principles of manifesting. I told you first we have to understand the principles. Principle number 1, desire is possibility seeking. I apologize for that. Desire is possibility seeking expression. What does that mean? Right now you're on this call, you're looking at my pictures, you're thinking back maybe to the things when you answered that question about your dream life, when I asked you to imagine what you would do or what you would stop doing if you were financially free. And the desire for a more expansive and abundant life it's coming to life within you, right? You're looking at that and you're feeling this desire awakening. I want you to understand that the principle of manifesting is this. That desire that you're feeling right now is the possibility to have that thing manifest. It's kind of like the seed. Within the seed, here's an example, of an avocado seed. And you can imagine this avocado seed without the little stem coming out of it, right? When all you're looking at is just the seed. But just looking at just the seed, it has the possibility to become a giant avocado tree with avocados by the trailer load, right? Root system all the way, these tiny roots can go all the way to the center of the earth. And within that seed is the possibility to be this expansive tree. That's like the desire within you for the things that you're starting to awaken to right now. Understanding that you already have, just by having the desire, you already have all that is needed to manifest that outcome. You already have it. So quit looking outside of yourself. Quit trying to get other things to make it happen. Quit trying to learn this and that, and really sit with and own that truth. My desire to have those things means I am already equipped, just like this avocado seed. It already has everything within it that's going to turn into this huge tree with leaves and fruit and branches and stems and bark, and all of it is all already within the seed. I want to show you what's possible when you own that understanding. Here's one of our clients, Faith. When we met Faith, she had a 6-figure job where she worked in excess of 60 hours a week. And not only did she have a job, she had other businesses that she was involved in, because it was all about creating the lifestyle by working hard to get the money. And we sat down and I said, what's your desire? She said, honestly, my desire is to play tennis on Mondays. Like, I will know I have arrived when I am playing tennis on Mondays. It would mean that everything that I really want from life has manifested. And we sat down and we created her ideal life. And from this desire, Faith is now playing tennis every Monday. It's a hilarious joke for those that know her. They don't text her on Mondays, right? Or they send her messages saying, I know you're playing tennis. Principle number 2, how is not your business. This is the thing I promised you when I said, I'm going to teach you how you stop the law from working. What happens is you have a desire to create something, and then you go into, but how is it going to happen? The moment you go into that trying to figure it out, not believing it's going to work, not seeing that it can happen, looking at your seed, your little desire, and going, but I don't see any branches. I don't see where the water and the sunshine is going to come from. I don't see how this is all going to work. You immediately stop the law from working. How is not your business. There is a formula for success, and this is it. I, which is your intention, your desire, plus how is it going to happen, equals the result. What I want to teach you is the law of manifesting requires you to focus on the desire, the intention. We have Vicky. Vicky has mastered this principle. She went from overwhelmed and stressed to what she loves to refer to as easy and relaxed. And one of our favorite Vicky stories is she was at an event with us where we asked her, you know, what would you like to create in terms of a financial outcome? And she told us, and we said, do you really care how it comes? She's like, you know what? No, I don't really care how it comes. That's just what I want. 2 weeks later, Vicky manifested a six-figure outcome. That's what becomes possible when you understand the principles, and then we're going to talk about how to apply them. Principle number 3, the universe loves details. I like to put it like this. There's 7 billion of us that this superpower has to supply or demand, you know, give us the things that we want. I like to say, I'm just going to make it easy. I'm going to put myself at the front of the line by having my desires written out in detail by when. So every single person in our family, in our community that has a desire, the reason we've created the $33 million, the relationships, the trips, the untold manifestations, the unfathomable manifestations is because we help people get specific and give the universe the details. What do you want? Write it out so that it's very clear to you. One other example of somebody who did that really well. This is our client, Donna, who started with us this year in February, this past February. And she was broke, straight up broke. She took the last money on her credit card, on her credit line, came to an event, called me afterwards and says, I just know I need to work with you. Help me make it happen. I helped her make it happen. We figured out a payment plan that could work for her. She started our program, and what did she do? She became very specific. She said, 30 days from now, I would like to 4 times the highest amount of money I've ever made in my business. And sure enough, she finished $17 over, 4 times the highest amount she had ever received in business, because she was specific and she put it in details and in writing. She's gone on to travel the world, meet an amazing guy, and life is incredibly wonderful for Donna. We had another guy come to our event last year, did the same thing. You know, we worked together and we said, write out what it is you want to create. There's all the other things apply. Don't worry about the how. You know, really just acknowledge that you have the desire for this thing and put it in writing. 30 days later, Steve manifested a $6 million contract that he'd been trying to get for 6 years. Now, he's no longer trying to figure out how that happened, why it happened after 6 years. He's just like, I really wanted it, and thank you, I got it. I know, it's like, what? What? Wow! Show me how. Show me more, Tasha. Tell me how to do that, and I will. Here is how to manifest. And so now we're taking it from the principle to the actual, what do I need to do so that this law works for me? Well, you've heard me say it. First, you must put it in writing. Write your desires out as an intention with 2 things. You want to write a date by when it is that you want to experience this outcome. You want to manifest this thing. And then you want to start off with a gratitude statement. So all of my manifestations start out with, all of my intentions start out with, I'm so happy and grateful now that, and I write, a few sentences about what it is that I want to create in my life. Always with a lot of feeling and emotion and happiness and gratitude. And, very little, you'll see like the $50,000. It might just be a little line about that, but it's all about how I'm going to feel in the experience of manifesting this thing. I have a couple more success stories to share with you about this applying. So Felix was in our 30-day program, and we always start our programs on a Monday. And over the weekend, we tell everybody, listen to the recordings, write your intentions before we get started, and we're going to begin day one on Monday. Well, Felix didn't get that part, so he wrote his intention, and he started day one on Sunday. That Sunday, his intention was to manifest $30,000 in 30 days. On day one, he got a call from his upline that said, I'm moving a group of people under you, and his income immediately increased $9,000 day one, just after writing out his intention. And sure enough, he way exceeded the $30,000 in that first 30 days. So that's the power. Here's another one, Angie's one of my favorite, sweetest souls. I love text messages from her because they're always pretty much the same. Tasha, I wrote my intention and here's what I manifested. Who doesn't want to live a life where you simply write out that you want to manifest $20,000 and then get it? I mean, I don't know about you, but that sounds easy and relaxed to me. I'm all about it, and personally, I don't think I know this law enough at this point. I am committed to learning it like it is breathing for me, and I want to teach everyone else everything I know. So I just want to applaud every person that's on here today, because your life can change when you apply these principles. The second part of how to manifest is to visualize. The Science of Getting Rich, that book I told you, it was very clear to me what it is that people are not doing when it comes to getting what they want. So I'm going to tell it to you so you know. It says, see the things you want as if they're actually around you all the time. See yourself owning and using them. Dwell upon your mental picture until it is clear and distinct. All that is included in this mental picture that you're going to create will surely be brought to you if you follow the instructions. When I read that, I was like, you're kidding. That's the piece I've been missing. I'm writing my intentions, but it's kind of like, having a child and not feeding it. The minute I write my intention, I create this energy, this thing, but I got to keep feeding it so it will grow and come to me. And the way to do that is through our thoughts. We have to imprint this desire and stay in alignment with it by visualizing every day. Now, is that hard work to you? I don't know about you, but for me, that's pretty easy. Here is how I do it. Every morning, this is my personal song that I choose. It is the soundtrack from The Gladiator, and the specific song is Now We Are Free. It is 8 minutes and 8 seconds long. I turn it on YouTube while I'm in bed. I close my eyes and I just visualize all the things I want. I visualize myself having them. The money, the success, the fulfillment, the relationship, the trips. Like, I go for 8 minutes into feeding that dream. And that is why my life cannot be understood by the average person, because I'm blowing what's normal out of the water. And so are the people in our community, because they know how to apply the law of manifesting. It says here, those of you that are Abraham Hicks fans, she says 68 seconds of pure thought is the equivalent of 2 million hours of labor. To me, I'll take the 68 seconds. I don't know about you, but that's easy and relaxed. I'll close my eyes. If that's the work I have to do, I promise you, and I'm sure if you're on this webinar, you would agree, you want to sit and learn how to use this law instead of working 2 million hours of labor, right? Versus 68 seconds of closing your eyes and daydreaming. Sign me up. And then the last part, how to manifest, number 3, you must take inspired action. You must, the only way that you can receive all the things that you've already put in place is you have to be in action. So I have a nice little quote. It says, take the first step in faith. Just take the first step in faith. It's like planting a seed in the soil, going and pouring water on it and going, I don't know what's going to happen, but something's going to happen. My job is just to take the action of putting it in the ground and watering it every day. And then what happens? Outside of your control, nothing you have to do. Here comes an avocado tree laden with fruit and abundance and all the things that makes life happy and healthy and wholesome, because you took the simple action of planting the seed and watering it. That's why people may not be manifesting like they want, because that inspired action piece is not in place. And we'll have to take another time to dive into the difference between action, hard work, versus waiting to be inspired, to be told what to do, so that when you do it, it's efficient and maximizes the results for you. There is a vast difference in how you act. And I want to encourage all of you to really stay with us, stay in this community, keep learning more, so that you understand why it is that our people are talking about easy and relaxed and having, lifestyle where they're working, yes, they're taking action, yes, but it's from an inspired place, and their results are exponential and expanded more than the average person. Here's Lisette and Roland, came to our very first event 3 years ago. And, just by being supported and doing that one thing, taking action, she went from being January, nothing, no business, nothing, just finished in her certification, to joining a doula practice further on in the year in, I think in about August, she hit her desired income, which was equal to her husband that was a pediatrician, he's shown here, right? She was making in 9 months the equivalent of his salary, and he'd been a pediatrician for over 20 years. You, of course, know he joined our community and started manifesting his own things. But one of the things, 2 things that I love about their story is a year later, she was making 6 figures in her new business that she started, and sent us a message recently to say, we are living our dream life. We really are living our dream. So to recap, how do you apply this law of manifestation? You write an intention, you write out what it is that you want to create. You're going to have to feed it every day. And it's not that, this is the part that's fun and easy. Close your eyes and daydream about having it. Like, enjoy the delicious feeling of that, and take inspired action. If you've written out an intention and you're visualizing every day, I promise you, you're going to start to get downloads. It's going to come like this. Call Vicky. It's going to come like this. You got invited to that event. Remember? Go. You should go. You're going to get a little nudge. Oh, look, there is so-and-so on Facebook. Send her a message and ask her if she's interested in your product or your event. And then they're going to respond and say, I was just thinking about you this morning. I was just thinking I should be doing your program. It's incredible. And then your work is done for the day, right? Because you're acting from inspiration versus effort. Here's the thing that happens when you get to living like this. I know my life has been transformed quickly and dramatically. What I've achieved in creating this business in 5 years is unheard of. People are still trying to catch up. You've seen for yourself our clients and how their lives have changed. The reason you're on today is because you want yours to change too. And this is how. Go back and do everything that I've told you. Write out your intention. Visualize every day, and make sure you're taking inspired action. And I want you to recognize that you are right now in a moment of choice. You can go back to the way you've been doing things and the way you know how it works and the comfort zone that you're in and the stress and the anxiety and the overwhelm. You know that. Or there's another way forward to expansion and literally saying, you know what, this makes sense to me. And I do believe in the laws of the universe. I do know there's a power out there willing to support me, and I'm ready and committed to using it. And then look at 2018. Are you determined to succeed? I know I am. I've been talking a lot about up-leveling everything, my business. If you even look at just the material and the content that I'm putting out, everything is up-leveled. Because for the next year, I'm going to bigger, better. I am increasing my capacity to receive from the universe. I am determined to have everything that I was meant to have in this lifetime. I'm not going to be, having any leftovers because I didn't simply apply the law of manifesting. How about you? How about you? I would love to invite you all to kick off the year in super high energy, the highest vibration. We talked about manifesting money, success, and fulfillment. I want to tackle just the first little area, the money, right? Because we do know that achieving abundance and prosperity just spills over into our relationships, having the time to enjoy our spirituality, to go on walks, like being financially secure and abundant just gives us the freedom to do so many other things. So when it comes to creating and manifesting in that area, I would love to invite all of you to join me in our 7-day money attraction challenge. I want you to go right there at the bottom of the screen is our URL for you to go register and join us. Go ahead, get signed up. If you are ready to appreciate the true purpose of money in your life, if you are ready to change the way that you think about and more importantly, attract money. And the thing that I started this webinar off was talking about how people feel overwhelmed and stressed and burdened by life and feeling like if I could just figure it out. I want to spend 7 days with you in an expanded feeling of feeling like you are experiencing unlimited wealth. Unlimited wealth. We can just play for 7 days and put you in that vibration. And what typically happens, the last time we did a challenge, one lady got out of nowhere an inheritance that paid off her mortgage during a 7-day challenge. We've had people manifest $20,000, like literally 6 and 7 figures. People have been able to pay off bills that they've been looking at and feeling stressed out, and just by being in that vibration of feeling good about money and playing along with it and rewriting their story, miracles happen and they start to manifest powerfully. So I want to encourage you again, go ahead, moneyattractionchallenge.com. Join our community. This is a way of life. This manifesting thing, it's not on today, off tomorrow. I'm using it and teaching it every single day. I spoke to a young man today who said he's 25 and he called me up because he saw our material online and he said, I just want to start now. I want to go, I want to figure it out, I want to go fast. And I said, you have found the right community to do that. Because here's the thing about manifesting. You now know the law, you know the principles, you know how to use it. It gets so much more fun when you're playing along with people that are living like this. It is a constant high. It is a constant high. And I want to encourage all of you to come join us and play along.
That I have to say, so Tasha, first time I come to your event that you host in January, all of a sudden I wrote down $30,000. Don't know where it came from. Manifested it like what, in a week?
Yeah.
Then we had the time when I wrote, I had on my board that I wanted $100,000 or more. And you guys were like, do you care how? I'm like, no. So it shows up. I just pulled out my form from last year because I have my booklet. And I put that I wanted $1 million or more. And that I wanted it before December of this year. Yeah, that happened.
Yes,
and it was the or more.
Or more. You definitely got the or more.
So I have to just say, like, the process works, and none of that was like hard. It's just using the principles exactly how Tasha laid out. And the 7-day, like, I still go through and do that, even though I'm like one of your people that's completed several of your programs, because you need that recharge. You need that revisit to get back into the vibration, because we all sometimes fall back into our old habits of thinking it has to be hard and we have to know how.
Right.
Instead of just allowing it to happen and living in the vortex. And so spending time with you and Diane and the other people that join that is always a way for me to tap back in and get realigned if I'm feeling off a little bit. Sometimes we're skeptical at the beginning, like, can it really be that easy?
Right.
And yet it is. Your people have proven it over and over and over again. The evidence is there that it can be truly very easy.
Yes, it can. And the thing about it is you can go work hard and struggle and figure out a serious plan to create money, or you can just align to it. Get in the energy of aligning to it and watch it flow in. And that's what we're giving everyone the opportunity to do.